What's up, everybody? Back. So, to bring a little context to the fight against corrupt, politicians that think they own people. Comes to find out, I guess prosecutors and judges have a thing called absolute immunity, meaning it stops them for taking any kind of accountability or action against them if they're negligent to a case, if they fail to act on something while they're in court. Their job is to basically win, and the judge usually is the same people that go golfing with them, but yes, they have absolute immunity in most cases under certain circumstances. Which brings into question today, let's talk about citizens arrest. See, in my opinion, and pretty much everyone within my family agrees, and we're all universal on this, we knew my child should be here with the rest of us because she was in danger. And I'm not exaggerating or trying to rant for the camera. I know I get amped up, especially on some of the other videos. But I assure you, if you were receiving items like this every 3 months, you too would, if your freedom was being extorted based off of a lie and a crime, a legit one, then how would we react if we were all backed into a corner? And basically that's what this series is about. If it helps just one person too, but hopefully I can find help if any lawyers are out there. Tell me why this prosecutor. First of all, the original children's mother lost custody to the grandparents somehow because she was tricked. I was never made aware of it. This happened away from me because privately we separated, and this happened away from me. And so after that happened, immediately the grandparents left to another state, refused to tell her or I where they were at. And then she finally, since she's their daughter, got back in their good graces, and then tried to use faith as a tool and leverage to either extort me and get back with me to somehow. And that's the recording that I put up, or the partial, and I could put the whole thing up. It's pretty wild. To get back together, or they weren't going to tell me where she was at, not based off of my parenting or my temper or record or anything, legal, but they were just going to decide and take her and alienate her, and not even tell the court system here that they were going to Kentucky and was collecting disability, child support, her son's disability, and her husband's, in order to support their habits. It's public information. They had drug and all that. It was a big ring of scam, and nobody will listen. And I've been telling the courts for years, and they act like, well, did you file this? Did you file a police report? I've been telling everyone in the court system and an officer that would listen that she was in danger. But anyway, so Jamie didn't even have custody, and they were making me pay her. But now, this paper, if you read it, it says Jamie F. Taylor petitioner versus respondent Roger C. Taylor, deceased. He was the one that originally was taken. That's the grandfather, and I don't know how he got custody, because just because we weren't together doesn't mean they can just one day they're living in Columbus or Ohio or Indiana, and then the next day, poof, they just leave to Kentucky and say, nope, you can't see her. But Columbus, Bartholomew County, where she was born, still continues to insist that even though they claim on that call they don't have jurisdiction over her and there's nothing they can do to save her, even though she's been currently taken away from these people again for neglect and other things, and instead of giving her to me like they're supposed to, the only person out of everyone who has no record for anything like that, Columbus is still suing me every 3 months, and if I don't pay a payment or I miss a payment, they hit me with a contempt of court, and then you have to appear to a court, display your private life, get humiliated in public, like you're some deadbeat, when I can clearly take my daughter in and support her. There's no issue there. But they treat you as such, they don't. And even if they deal with it on other people, they shouldn't treat every case like that. But they do. So, with that said, those are those nails. With that said, they shouldn't do that, but they do. And they treat me like I'm some bum, and they won't even listen when they just think I'm lying to get out of paying. I've been making payments for 14 years, taking my taxes, taking my stimuluses, taking my paycheck, and I just played their game because I felt backed into a corner, and then they wear you down, and then when you finally fight back, you're a crazy lunatic. It's crazy. But basically, you get papers like this every 3 months. They sue you. If you pay everything, you're good. You know, they leave you alone for a while until you miss a payment. And then if not, they bring you to court, embarrass you again, and then throw you in jail and ruin your life. Like me as a homeowner, if I was to actually go to jail, like for an extended period of time because they got a bug up their butt, it would literally make me lose my home, 25 acres, and, you know, everything I've worked for. And I don't believe the system benefits anyone, no matter who they are. And then when they get irritated, they look crazy and nobody wants to help. But that's what this is. The reason why I'm upset is because it says Jamie F. Taylor petitioner versus me, and then respondent Roger C. Taylor deceased. So he's no longer in the picture. He was the one that was receiving child support along with Jamie, even though she didn't have custody. Yeah, it's confusing. Okay, bear with me here. So Roger's dead. It automatically converts to Lisa Taylor. That's his wife. She wasn't originally on the child support order because she was trying to fault the government for disability, is what Jamie says on the recording. Therefore, she didn't want to be on the paperwork. But in order to keep receiving child support illegally in Kentucky, it automatically reverted to her. Without any hearing, it just happened. Started coming out of all my checks. Third parties of interest, co-guardians. Now, the calls that I made on the other video says they don't have jurisdiction and they shouldn't be charging me. But up until now, and I was actually able to start defending myself and getting the message out, I actually filed a motion to modify and show cause why the child was abducted and alienated, and I warned him, and now she is, and you've been charging me for 14 years when I've been trying to tell you, but you've been just ignoring me. Well, that's why I finally had AI help me file a motion to modify. I put every information I needed to put. I got all the evidence I needed, the recordings, the statements, everything else, and filed it through the website. It was accepted, and they just ignored it. They ignored it, and this is what I get. Another threat. If I miss this court, there's a body attachment. So I make a $2,000 payment, still show up, get embarrassed, to ensure their next payment. No matter what I tell them, no matter if I tell them, hey, she's been taken away for neglect charges against the so-called petitioners, and I've been working with DCS to get her back. That's not their problem. They're there to collect money. Well, that's what this is about. This has got to change. I need to devote those resources to going up there and saving my daughter. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. If you're still with the program, the reason why is because I just received a call, and this is the valuable information of this video right here. This is a little tip I learned along the way. I give my little threats. They failed to acknowledge my motion to modify so that way I can get on with the Kentucky thing and get her back here to her home with her family. You'll get phone calls every once in a while, and it'll go to one ring. One ring. So let's show the camera. Indiana, 21 minutes ago. I'm not gonna reveal the number until I know if it's a government agency or if it's in like a place. And the reason why I say this, comment down below before the timestamp in the video as to why you think this is. But here's the answer. Here's the big reveal. Because they'll dial it, let it ring once, hurry up and hang it up. And then whenever they're asked about it, say they need to make a statement for court or whatever, they could say, we tried to call, but it went straight to voicemail. And here you are looking silly because you just didn't answer a random phone call on the first ring before they had a chance to hang up. So I'm going to document this live, or not live, but I'm going to record it. I'm going to call it, and we'll see what agency it is. If it's somebody private, I'll end the video, but keep that lesson in mind, and keep in mind, this isn't no front. This isn't one of your influencers trying to like bait you in. I mean, I do need help. I do need a lawyer to give me advice because I'm doing this on my own right now. I still have to upload the fight at the court steps, but let's do this. Here we go. Let's listen.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. As the called party is busy, please hang up and try again later.
The called party is busy. Okay, so call party's busy. Verizon Wireless customer? You think it was the caseworker for her? Maybe. They need to. Let's try it again. Oh, it's ringing.
Flat Out Motorsports, how may I direct your call?
Who's this?
Flat Out Motorsports.
Sports?
Flat Out Motorsports.
Oh, Flat Out Motorsports, like a club.
Motorcycle place. We
Oh.
sell everything pretty much except for boats. Except for cars and trucks.
Okay, I was just calling because somebody called my phone on one ring, and I was just making sure it wasn't for me. Important. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, you have a nice day.
You as well.
All right, bye. Did you see that? Yeah, no, okay. So, but yes, always make sure, and mistakes I've made over and over and over again is I never called back and I never got a recording of it. So I'm not going to expose the phone number, even though it was a company, a motorsports company. So, yeah. Then hit the comment button, hit the subscribe button. It helps the algorithm. Spread this message because I'm going to show everything. I have nothing to hide. If the government doesn't do something, other people's children are at risk. They say they're for the children, and if you people out there are for the children, please subscribe, spread this, comment, and I'll release all the footage until they do the right thing. If they do the right thing, God bless America. And I'll just live my life. That's all I want. I want the American dream just like everybody else. Thanks for watching. I hit the like button. Thank you. Peace.